Hey guys, it's Catherine here again in Crawfordville. I'm going to give you the new, hopefully improved pitch for Stitch Canvas, so here goes. You want your work wardrobe to be stylish and comfortable, not to mention convenient. You also want it to be you. With creativity, convenience, and comfort your goals, go online to Stitch Canvas to help you get dressed. Stitch Canvas lets you be your own designer. Create your own prints or browse thousands submitted by others. Select your print, style, and hit ship. Not sure which styles look best on you? Don't worry. Stitch Canvas will deliver free sample garments to your door. And if designing for others sounds fun, Stitch Canvas will even pay you a commission for your designs that others love. Go online today. Stitch Canvas. Design your life. The end. So that's my updated pitch. I hope that it really captured the fact that this is a garment company for kind of work clothes, and that it's something that you can design your own prints, or you could look at other people's stuff to see what they submitted. Maybe you don't care a thing about doing your own designs, but you like kind of seeing what other people submit. And also the whole idea of getting a garment that's a sample garment shipped to you so you can try on stuff that you know will work. Hopefully that comes across in the pitch, because that's really important to me, is knowing that things are going to work and they're going to fit. And this thing that I'm so excited about because it's my own design is actually going to come and look good. So it's kind of, again, like I said in I think my last week video, like the Warby Parker glasses company that ships you like sample glasses to try on, and then you just order them with your prescription once you know what you like. Hopefully it's something similar to that people feel comfortable just really giving it a try. So that is my goal still, is to have sample garments. The big exciting thing that I did this last week, and I'm really, really proud about how it turned out, is I did a whole survey that I sent out online. I got a lot of responses about different questions relating to work clothing. So that was really the focus of this, just getting an idea of like, what kind of stuff do people wear to work, and what do they, like wearing? Do they want to be stylish? Do they want to be trendy? So I will dial into those questions in just a second. But yeah, so it was about 8-question survey. I sent it out online. A lot of people I knew responded. A couple people, responded that I didn't know, so that was kind of exciting. Just to get a little bit of feedback that wasn't, I think, trying to make me feel good because people knew me. I think that's right. It's really good to get out and talk to people you don't know too, as the videos talk about. Just get out there and talk to people. That's probably one of the hardest things that I've had to learn how to do in this whole experience, but it's been fun once I've done it a few times. So going to my survey, I wanted to give you just an overview of some of my results that I got. First, I asked people, how old are you? Because I want to know who's taking the survey and like how that jives with like what they're interested in. So 57% of the people responding to my survey were between 18 and 34. 26% were between 35 and 54, and then 55 plus, that was 17% of respondents. So the biggest crowd is definitely within that 18 to 34 range, but still 26% for 35 to 54. So I was really glad I got some of the, I don't want to say middle age, because 30 something is not middle age, but I got some people in their 40s who originally I'd kind of like put out of my market segment. Like I didn't really think that they were relevant. But looking at this, they might actually be more relevant than I thought. So I asked them, what kind of clothes do you normally wear to work? And then 9% said business professional, 65% said business casual, and then 22% said casual. And I also had one response say, oh, I wear yoga clothes to work. And that's my friend who's a yoga instructor. I knew that was her. So she wears yoga clothes every day, which sounds really awesome. So I actually wasn't even thinking about that as something that people wore to work, but I really maybe need to account for that. I had 40% male respondents and then 60% female. I actually had more guys respond than I thought. So that was really exciting, just to get their perspective on clothing. I asked people how much did they spend on their work clothes each month, and my options were $50 or less, between 50 and 200, and then I had an option for over 200. So 57% said they spent $50 a month or less. 43% said they spent between 50 and 200, and then 0% for over 200. So I was really surprised that 57% spent $50 or less, because I don't even know how you get two clothing items for work for less than $50, really. So that was really eye opening to me in how budget conscious people are when it comes to the clothes. And I was just really surprised. I'm also like just shocked that I used to go to the mall on a weekend and spend $300. Now I feel really like out of place in terms of what a reasonable budget should look like for work clothes. But I think that's kind of what's driving my idea now, is that I am a teacher, I'm on a budget, I'm looking for something to fit like all of these different needs, and still be something that I want. So I actually think that getting something that is custom within budget would actually be pretty appealing to people based on the amount that they spend each month on clothes. Um, I asked what kind of style people tended towards in their jobs. 43% said they liked conservative garments. 26% said they were trendy and they liked to be stylish and they weren't afraid to try new stuff. And then 30% said they don't care about style at all. They just want to be comfortable. So I was pretty surprised that 30% were in that like I don't care category. But I think I realized in my head, I was thinking, I kind of associate with I don't care about style. I kind of put that together with frumpy, and I don't think that's the right assumption anymore. I think some people are just like, I want to be really, really plain, which is not the same as frumpy. So I think that that's kind of an avenue. I think there were a few more people on that side than I thought there'd be. But I think with the 26% like to be trendy and then the 40% are conservative, I think there's something to work with there in terms of people do have like a target look that's something other than plain. 9% said that they love shopping sprees. When I started asking about, okay, what's your shopping style? 9% said they love shopping sprees at like shopping centers with lots of stores, and they'll go for hours and just shop. So that was 9%. 65% said they go to a few select stores, and that's in person, that's not online. So they're actually going to say, okay, I'm going to this mall and I like this store. I'm going to go here, here, and here, and that'll be it. I don't like to spend a lot of time. So that was 65%, and then 22% said they order most clothes online, and then 4% said thrift stores. So I'm actually proud that I even thought to put thrift stores in there, because it's not something I shop, not somewhere I shop for clothes, but it is somewhere that a lot of people go. And maybe that's how people are sticking under that $50. Like they just go to thrift stores and they can buy everything they need for under $50. So that might be it. So the last question I asked too was kind of regarding my platform that I'm trying to pitch. And I said, are you interested in design platforms for clothes to submit your own prints to? And 13% said they have prints that they'd love to submit and they would love to design stuff on the platform. 43% said, sounds like too much work, I'm fine with what's at the store. And then 43% said, not my own designs, but I would love to look at designs that other people submit. So you kind of have this pretty decent sized chunk of people that really don't seem like they care about the idea of doing their own clothes, let alone going to look at other people's designs. Like they're just fine with what's out there in stores. 43% though said that they would like to look at others' designs and they wouldn't submit their own. So I actually think that's a really good chunk of people that are kind of interested in other things that are different, but maybe they're just not creatively inclined, or maybe they don't have time to do designs. So, but the fact that there was interest in other people's stuff was pretty cool. So I think that that really, that kind of validates this side of the platform that I have that's really for people who are like contributors. So there's people who want to get their designs out there. They want to make commissions on this stuff. I actually think that there's a lot of people to market to, you know, if you're one of them, because there's people who said they're interested in browsing. So that might be, while that seemed kind of like an afterthought when I first had this idea, it actually seems like that is kind of a pivot moment to saying, hey, how am I going to market really well to these people who like to design stuff? So that is something that I'm interested in researching more about here in the next week. So going to channels, which was the focus of the Udacity videos this week, which I really liked, by the way. I think they're really straightforward. So I hope that we have more of those come up. Channels. So we're going to be a physical product that's distributed through a physical channel, but it is going to be direct sales to customer. It's not going to be you're going to a traditional brick and mortar store. It's going to be customer goes online, customer submits what they want, customer gets it delivered directly to them. They're not having to leave their house, basically, if they don't want to get this product. Both e-commerce and mobile platforms are something I'm interested in, but I would start with a regular website and then move on to the mobile afterwards. I think a regular website is going to be able to be a little more user-friendly in the beginning for those people who wanted to design stuff on there. But that doesn't mean a mobile platform wouldn't be good for that. I just think I would start with an e-commerce site first. And then the idea of a multi-sided market, this is actually a way to articulate what I was kind of coming into this idea with is like, man, I really have to worry about these two groups of people. And now I know that this is what that was, is that I have the group of people that's just the customer, just wants to submit their stuff and get it and not really worry about being a contributor. But then I have these contributors that I'm trying to pull into. So I'm thinking, what are some good ways to market to them? What are some good platforms that they use that I could advertise on to get them to come to my site and design for me? So really I'm going to have to do a lot more research on how to get them on board too, because it sounds like there's a lot of people that would shop for stuff if it's available, but I need them to make it available through submitting their designs. So hopefully that will be a win-win for everyone eventually, but just getting the word out there is going to be a really good focus of a video further down the line. And I'm going to wrap this up with some questions I got over the course of the last few weeks from classmates. And the first one was, will your clothes be made overseas? And my answer is all signs right now point to yes. I'm looking at Philippines. I'm looking at Myanmar, like I mentioned in my last video. A lot of the clothes that I tend to buy from Banana Republic, Gap, stores like that seem to be coming from Asia. So I think that's really where a lot of the manufacturing of clothing is going to be happening that is going to fit into our Stitch Canvas budget, so to speak. Another classmate asked about size charts versus sample garments. They're like, what's wrong with just having the size chart online and people could go find their size and their measurements? Me personally, I haven't had a lot of experience that I thought was exactly right on a size chart. Like if I know something from a store that I go to in person fits, I'll feel fine ordering it online. But if it's something I've never ordered for or somewhere I've never ordered from, I'm just not really comfortable with the whole sizing chart thing, especially when you read reviews that are like, I ordered this and it's just completely wrong. And, so I like the idea of being able to try something on to know for sure. Samuel, he mentioned incorporating a high-end label into Stitch Canvas. So instead of just having like a budget-friendly side of Stitch Canvas, to also have a high-end label side. I haven't really thought about that. But that's something I could go into at a later time if I feel like if I feel like the needs of people aren't being really met with, the basic, not super fancy material. Taylor asked about how returns would work, and especially because these items are custom, like how would you go about getting your money back for something that only you wanted? Well, that's where I probably have to be really explicit in my purchase policies, like, look, this is custom. We're going to let you try on a sample garment so you're comfortable. But at the end of the day, like if you need to return this, you'll only get 50% back. And I think custom items have always just been a little bit more difficult to return, obviously, because it's custom. But I think another option that I thought about is you could have a whole exchange side to your website. So let's say I design, for example, this llama shirt and I hate it and I want to return it. Maybe I could look at other things that other people want to return and do like a full exchange. So maybe Carol over there made a shirt with, whales on it that looks a lot cooler than my llama shirt ended up looking. And I already know Karen's design will work because it's in the the style that I picked. So maybe you could do like a full exchange option where maybe you're not getting what you originally wanted, but you're getting something that you're happy with. So that's one option. And then someone asked about the sample garments, and they are free to try on. So I'm logging on to Stitch Canvas. I'm looking at the styles for the first time. Maybe I pick a couple that I want to try, and then I'll get it sent to me for free. And that's just a way to lure in customers. So Stitch Canvas will take the hit on the beginning, paying that money to send the sample garments to their customers. But hopefully they'll get it back and getting sales from people that have tried the stuff and really like it. So hopefully this answers some questions this week about Dish Canvas that you guys might have had. I had a lot of fun doing the survey. I'm really excited to break into some of the other key partners and just narrowing down like manufacturers and stuff. That's probably going to be the hardest thing for me to do, but I'm really excited with all the feedback that I got. So I look forward to talking to you guys next week.